Guys, we are live right now with Eric Bauza, who is such a freaking talented human being on so many fronts, and we're going to get into all of that. But he does the voice of Daffy Duck, Tweety Bird, Marvin the Martian, Bugs Bunny, Fozzie Bear, Woody Woodpecker, who was one of my favorites when I was a kid. We need to talk about this.
Okay.
Master Splinter, Lego Luke Skywalker, and Puss in Boots, among a ton of others.
Thank you for having me, Miss Carolina Ravassa. I appreciate you still continuing your show during this pandemic. I mean, it's 2021, but we're still here. I mean, we're still here. Yay.
Bugs Bunny, right? He's got this. Man, what's up, Doc? What's up, Carolina? He has his voice lives right up here, right? And if you lose that New York accent and kind of just talk like this, and then talk like a baby, it becomes Tweety. Ooh, I ta putty tat. You know, they live in the same area, but when you kind of have that New York accent
and have a little bit of grit, he's got a little bit of like, you know, Mel Blanc used to smoke like unfiltered cigarettes probably 24/7. And, you know, that's why he's able to do, you know, like Pepe Le Pew. Oh, yes. I am the French skunk that chased the pussycat. You know, Sylvester and Daffy are the same. A lot of people who might be listening know. But Sylvester, you know, he's that big floppy cat that's trying to eat that bird, right? But nobody knows that when Mel Blanc was doing Daffy, he was just doing this voice.
Yeah.
But acting different, like, you're despicable, rabbit. And then they would pitch that up.
So now when you know,
I'm spitting all over my computer, but
keep spitting.
Yeah. So basically, when I do Daffy, I'm just doing the sped up version.
What I find fascinating, though, about, besides, again, your Filipino-Canadian status, is that you weren't even pursuing voice acting for a while.
No, it was
animation.
It was just, animation, actually. I was like doing some character layout at a company called 6 Point Harness, and basically, like, I love drawing, don't get me wrong. Drawing will always be like,
are you drawing as we speak?
Drawing will always be like my fascination and introduction into voiceover, because, you know, you watch cartoons and you're like, who the hell is doing that voice? Looney Tunes was definitely like one of like my favorite things, like to watch as like a kid. Like,
you're genius.
Like, I drew this one for Lucy, your coworker. But it's like basically,
How would you say? Thanks, Doc.
You learn acting from watching. Like I could. You should see the butt dent in my couch for how many hours I've sat in that couch.
Okay, wait. Were you drawing in, like, you know, you're doing the Bugs Bunny voice as you're doing it?
Yeah, like every kid. Like every kid growing up. And of course, when you're,
mean that they're good, dude.
No, when you're a kid, it sucks. Like my voice has sucked when I was a kid, but, you know, like I sounded like a child trying to do Bugs Bunny. But then you get older, and if you're obsessed like me, you don't stop and you keep going, and you're like, wait, I'm actually getting good at this. The video game world. Let's talk about, I'm going to switch it and talk about you for a minute. The video game world. Let's talk about how difficult and hard that work is. I go into a sound booth and I look at that stack of, it's like a phone book of script. And I'm like, how do you do it? Like, how do you make it look so easy?
Well, we don't. Listen, dude, we do a 4-hour session and we're done. You're doing like session after session after session of like cartoon voices. Those also
they get a little intense, but I mean, they're not saying, okay, Bugs Bunny falls, small, medium, large, go. You know, like it's not like Bugs Bunny's doing that. You know, he yells maybe once in a while, but
you know, it's not like the video games, Doc. It's not like what you guys do.
It's not like video games, Doc.
You're a pro, Doc.
Yeah. I'm only Puss in Boots when Antonio is not, you know, when he's not too busy counting his money or doing sit-ups.
Well, so what does he say? I would like Eric to come because right now I am in Ibiza. So.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, when I started doing Puss in Boots, this was a few years ago now. We did about like 5 seasons of Puss in Boots. That is correct. Antonio Banderas. I am the little kitty cat.
It's uncanny. You know it's uncanny, right? Oh my God.
I spent a 4-hour session doing Puss in Boots in the booth with Danny Trejo, an actor.
Wait, because he was doing what?
He was playing a character in the show by the name of El Moco.
Oh my God, El Moco means the booger.
The mucus. Yes. And I'm sitting here in a room imitating Antonio Banderas next to Danny Trejo, who has spent probably countless, how many movies have they been in together? Or
yeah.
They're both icons. And at the end of the session, we're not really saying much to each other. We're kind of just getting our work done. It's like being in a room with a cage, not even a caged lion, with a lion with no cage. You're like, this guy's he's insane. He's so talented, but he's so Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
So after the session's done, he goes, "Hey," and before I leave, and I'm like, "Yes." And he goes, "I just want you to know you did a better job than Antonio ever could have today." That's what he said. He gave me the best compliment.
So when you're coming into this, is it hey, this dude is getting old, or this dude died and we need to replace him? How did it all come about?
So
all of them.
So 2007 is, fast forward to 2000, not that far ahead, really. 2010, 2011 is when the Looney Tunes show came out. And that was the very first time that they, in a long time, that they're let's do a cartoon show with Bugs Bunny and Daffy and everyone. But they reimagined it Family Guy was the most popular thing on TV. So they're let's make it like a sitcom.
Yeah.
So they auditioned. They had an open audition for these characters. A gentleman by the name of Jeff Bergman, who was the first person to voice Bugs Bunny after Mel Blanc passed away in 1989, came back out of the woodwork. I think he had been working. I don't know the exact history of it all. But he came back to kind of read for these characters, and he nailed all of them. He's amazing. He's one of my heroes. I love him to death. And that was 2010. And then 2010. And then 10 years later, so they go 2010, I audition. I don't get anyone, but I did book Marvin. Marvin the Martian Earth creature. I booked Marvin. So I walk away with Marvin, completely content. I get to see all of my heroes again, voicing these characters. So Looney Tunes show comes and goes. They do another reboot called Wabbit, and they renamed that New Looney Tunes because they were trying to reimagine the show as back to basics Bugs Bunny, living in the hole, living in the forest, and all new villains were supposed to come around and torment this rabbit. We're living in this date and age of reboots and remakes that are just now piling on top of each other.
Yeah.
So then they announced Looney Tunes cartoons in 2018. So again, it was a solid 10 years.
Yeah.
Between my first audition as Bugs Bunny and the time that I book it. 10 years, a decade.
Holy cow. Guys, are you listening? This is nuts. 10 years.
So 10 years goes by. Yeah. 10 years goes by. What the hell? And I'm just kind of okay, I love and respect the people that voice Bugs Bunny before me, like Billy West, or the late two people have passed away, Joe Alasky and Greg Burson, and respectfully, Jeff Bergman. I auditioned for that, and I auditioned for Daffy. I auditioned for Tweety, and I auditioned for Marvin, and that was it. Those were the only ones that I ever auditioned for. And then I booked
all four.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
Yeah. So we had been working on it 2018, and it finally premiered in 2020 of March, the same time that COVID-19 premiered.
Wait, dude, I just remembered you do Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah, that's right. Woody Woodpecker. What about him?
I was obsessed as a kid, and I kept trying to do the...
There was a group of Brazilian kids going on the Warner Brothers tour. I was there coincidentally meeting with my friend Gary Marino, and we were just there getting a coffee, but there was a giant group of Brazilian tourists that were like all kids.
I love it.
And I let one of them know that I was the voice of Woody Woodpecker, because I know how big Woody is in Brazil. And boy, oh boy, like everyone was like, they like do the laugh.
Wait, sorry, I'm sorry. Finally, the real star of this whole conversation is here. So what question do you want to ask?
I guess you did mention the difference between Daffy and Sylvester, but how did you find Daffy?
It's weird because it's a good question, because I was always thinking about Bugs.
Everyone's thinking about Bugs Bunny, Doc. No one thinks about Daffy.
When they audition, they're like, all they want to do is Bugs Bunny.
Oh boy, I'm Daffy Duck. Oh boy, okay,
but there really is a cadence and there is a sound to his voice. It's I always equate it to Richard Dreyfuss with a lisp.
Richard Dreyfuss talks like this, and if you just add a lisp to that becomes Daffy Duck.
And then there's Fozzie. Hey, Carolina, why did the chicken cross the playground? To get to the other slide. Waka waka. And then there's, Kermit the Frog. Hey, it's the Muppet Show. Yay!
I always pull this one.
So anyways, Doc, the LA Court Connection. Pay your traffic tickets.
This is like a citation for a...
Yeah.
September 14th or later, check the court's website, https://www.lacourt.org for updates regarding the rollout schedule. If not, your ass will be thrown in jail.
Yeah, so it's like,
oh my God.
It's stuff that has never been read. So how do you make it sound like it is the character? Well, you dial into all of your favorite memories as a kid watching this show, and you watch, like, I've replaced going to the gym with watching an hour of Looney Tunes every other day. So I watch Looney Tunes like for an hour every other day, and not just Bugs, but that, like, all of them. Like, I have to watch all of them.
Okay, before I wrap up, I wanted to ask for an inside joke among the Valorant players. There's this thing that happened online, and it's this, oh my God, I think he's Filipino. He's a gamer who went viral because he was saying, "Revive me, Jet." Jet is one of the characters. They want Bugs Bunny to say, "Revive me, Jet."
Oh, really?
It would, like, make their day and my days.
If Bugs is playing, he'd be like,
"Revive me, Jet! Revive me, Jet! Revive me, Jet!"
And we could do Daffy.
"Revive me, Jet! Revive me, Jet! Revive me, Jet! Woohoo! Woohoo!"
That added that extra pizzazz. And sorry, Tweety.
Ooh, revive me, Jet! Revive me, Jet! Revive me, Jet! That bad old Jet.
Oh, but last but not least.
Revive me, Jet! Revive me, Jet! Revive me, Jet! You earth creature, you!
Yeah.
He's like a little man in a suit who's all proper, right?
Yeah, that's that. The original voice of Marvin was not that voice. It was like this. It's like, "Oh, I'm going to blow up the earth." Like, he was a bit of a more nebbish kind of nerd. And then for whatever reason, Mel Blanc changed it from, a voice like this to
a voice like this. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's so good. Any last minute things you would like to let the viewers know? Watch Looney Tunes, watch Muppets.
Yeah, just thankful for you guys tuning in and listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on either Twitter or Instagram. I answer almost all direct messages or questions, just because, especially if they have to, obviously deal with people that love voiceover. And, that's one of the things that you and I bonded on is, your love for VO and you making the big leap over here. And look what happened, like, you have an amazing fan base, and rightfully so. You're very contagious. Your energy and your spirit and what you bring to the table is unique. No one else can do what you can do. So thank you for having me on your program.
My program, I love it. It's a Twitch stream, dude. But
it's a program. This is the current currency. You know.
True. Guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. All those things, and keep booming and booping.
That's all, folks.